Hey guys, welcome to Apex Custom Rifles. Today what I got here is a little project repair that a guy brought in from, well, a few things went on here. He had another shop repair it. The extractor came out and he brought it there, took it home, fired it several times, and the extractor blew out. And why did the extractor blow out? Well, let's take a little closer look here. Well, let's take a peek here. So, these little Browning BLRs are nifty little 22s, and they usually work pretty well. There's not a lot that can break on them because they're actually pretty simple, but we have here is this plate slid back just a little bit and the extractor was gone. When I brought it in, I looked inside there and found that the extractor had actually popped off and, lucky enough, fell inside there. So that is fortunate for him that don't have to find a new one of those. And then the spring that is in here is also there as well. But for some reason, and this is, I can't remember if I've seen one of these or not, but look inside there. And what do we see here? Well, somehow, some way, the back end of this case separated. So we had a case head separation on a 22 long rifle, which is interesting. Not sure how it happened. Could be a couple different reasons. Could be bad ammunition. It could be there was a squib load that was stuck in there and he fired the next one and it blew it out, fortunately, which would be the best case scenario. But one way or the other, we had a case head separation on this little 22 here, which ended up having, explains our extractor here, because if we had overpressure here, it had a ton of pressure on this extractor because it would have blown out around the outside of that rim radially, and this is really the only part in there that is movable, and it had enough force to kick that thing out of its retainment inside there. What I got to do here with this guy is, I'm not going to go over this whole thing. I've got a video from a year or so ago where I took apart a BL-22, disassembled it, reassembled it, and showed you how that is done, and it's a little bit of a trick, so if you've never done it, check that video out. But we got that case in there. We got to get that thing out of there, and then I'll have to put this back together. So the trick now is, these 22 shells, usually there's not a bunch of force in there holding them in. So this thing is empty, the barrel's clear, there's nothing in it, and we're going to go through and try to get this out. The first thing I'm going to do is the simplest and easiest thing to do. Get a very sharp little piece here and try to grab onto it and see if we can get it out of there. The trick is not, oh, look at that. So there we go. That's easy enough. There is that broken case. So we'll get that all the way out of there, and then we'll take a look at it here. There we go. Alright, so let's dump that guy out of there. Take a look at that. Completely blown out. Back end of it. Crazy. So yeah, just a FYI, anybody out there, anytime you are using these things, anytime something doesn't sound right, sounds weak, sounds low, doesn't make the same noise, doesn't feel the same, anytime, stop and check and make sure that everything is functioning the way it should. And the worst case scenario with this, obviously, theoretically, you'd say it could blow up, but 22 case, there's not a ton of pressure in there, but you could have shrapnel come out of here and potentially harm you, or this barrel. If you get squib loads in there and you keep firing it, you can destroy the barrel, create overpressure back here, and this is what happened here. Basically, it was an overpressure on the back side of the case that blew this extractor out, and something happened that wasn't supposed to happen. So why this happened, we don't know. We're gonna guess. Could have been excessive powder, excessive primer, paste in the back of this 22 case, or it could have been a squib load, or a combination of the two, who knows. But anyways, we got that out. That's fixed. So now I'm going to go through and take this apart, put it back together. But I will come back when I have done that and show you it back together and functioning again. Alright, got it back together. These things are always a trick to get them back together because they need to go back together a certain way. So got it functioning again. I did some put some dummy rounds in there and checked for function. I'll take it out and test fire it here in a little bit, but that should be good to go. So the other thing I did find was there was a little spring that was broken in there. So that little guy, and they should be about, well, if you look there, that's about how long it should have been. So that spring did break in half about, and so we put a new spring in there on the extractor, and that should fix that. But there we go. There's a little Browning BL-22 little case head separation extractor issues going on there. So hope you guys enjoyed that. If you liked that, please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe. It's free for you and it helps me out quite a bit. So until next time, we'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.